Hey guys, AniMind here, and welcome back to another speed paint video. And I'm sorry for not uploading as much as usual. As you've probably noticed in the past few weeks, I have been a bit on a dry streak, and I'll be uploading a bit more than usual, but still not more than usual, but I'll just be uploading again and a little bit less actually, because I don't want to suffer from burnout as I have been for the past few weeks, because I really just wanted to take a break and just draw, because drawing itself doesn't really tire me. It's relaxing, but making videos, you need to get a topic, and I don't like just pumping out videos that are almost unsatisfying. I will be uploading a bit more of the animated videos, because I've been animating a bit in these past few weeks. It's only one video. I'm busy with the second one, but it's stick fight videos, and it'll probably be uploaded the exact same time as this video afterwards. So yeah, check that out if you're done watching this video. And anyway, today, as you've probably seen in the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about the live action remake of Mulan. The Disney movie, of course, the animated one. You've probably seen it before. If you haven't, click away right now, because there are going to be a few spoilers, not that much, but you probably in any way know how the movie is going to end if you've seen the animated one. It's not that different, just a few key plot points, but yeah, I'm going to be talking about that exactly right now, because it's a little bit different, but not entirely, and that's exactly why I lowered my expectations in the beginning, because of the Aladdin movie, interestingly enough, because the first quite recent live action remake of Disney was The Beauty and the Beast. And then they just started pumping out all of these live action remakes. And if you've seen The Beauty and the Beast live action remake, then you probably know it's quite a good remake. It's exactly the same, actually, but for some reason I really still enjoy watching it. Because the original Beauty and the Beast, it kind of felt lacking of any personality, because the animation being kind of faulty for the time, not for the time, but being faulty for this time, um, and for the voice acting and stuff to also be kind of lacking, because it was obviously they didn't have the tools we have today, and making a remake like that really does bring out the richness of the movie. And I also haven't really seen the entire Beauty and the Beast animated one since I was like a kid, so maybe that also put some strain on the original. But anyway, yeah. And then I watched the Aladdin remake. And what happened was, before I watched the remake, I watched the original, because I was like, yeah, this will be interesting comparison. And yeah, it kind of disappointed, because guess what? The remake was exactly the same as the animated version, and I didn't do that with the Beauty of the and the Beast movie, and I kind of feel like have the same opinion as that. And so I kind of got disappointed. It wasn't a bad movie at all. It was actually quite good. Voice acting was much better. Songs, I don't think there were plenty of songs in the original Aladdin, but it just still felt empty, almost hollow. And so yeah, and then the announcement came of the Mulan movie, and I was like, okay, this will be exactly the same as the Aladdin remake, exactly the same as the original. And then they said that they were taking Mushu out, and I was actually quite excited to see how they would do Mushu in live action, because it's kind of hard to make anthropomorphic characters in the 3D environment. Anthro characters with 3D in CGI, more CGI, not 3D. Yeah, but also 3D. It's kind of hard, and it sometimes comes out as a little bit uh, plasticky. And then they announced that they wouldn't, feature Mushu. And then I kind of felt, no, this movie is going to be really bad, like really bad, because you know it's just the same movie but without the main comedic character. And so I lowered my expectations a lot, because I kind of learned from that, and I'm quite glad that I did that, because this movie wasn't that bad, believe it or not. For example, the Aladdin movie was basically just a remake with more cultural appropriation, which is always, I guess, good, but kind of unnecessary to make a whole new movie for it. You can just edit the original. So I kind of don't feel like the Aladdin movie itself added anything to the Disney arsenal, except now they can say, oh yeah, we have two of the same movies. One is animated and a little bit more racist than the other, which is not animated and live action. But the Mulan movie, I feel, served a lot more for the movie itself, because first of all, they added some characters which I've kind of have mixed feelings about, but I didn't really care much about that. They didn't really have big roles. For example, the witch. She was kind of like more of uh, uh, this voice in Mulan's head telling her that she can be great, but she can take the dark side and stuff like that. But herself, the witch, being good, which was kind of a spin, because usually the evil voice itself is pure evil, the thing that you're trying to destroy. But it turned out you can redeem the evil voice in your head, which is kind of weird to say, because only crazy people try to redeem voices in their heads. But anyway, before I continue with characters, I just like to talk about stuff that's obviously amazing from Disney. You'd expect the backgrounds; they were great. Some of the backgrounds were totally fictional, I think, for Earth. Like there was this place that had these kind of yellow sulfuric ice sheets in a volcanic area. I'm not sure if this actually is there are actually these kind of places on Earth. I'll maybe research it later. I'm too lazy to do that now, but it looked really cool. I just want to say that, and yeah. Then there was this desert, and the desert was fairly normal. Just it was about a little bit more red and rockier, and that wasn't really different, but it just looked cool. The backgrounds and everything. I felt like they put a lot of effort in making this movie look visually appealing, and they succeeded in that. Then the acting and voice acting and well, just acting, because yeah, it was all amazing. I actually know that some of these actors, when they were fighting in the fight scenes, which were amazing, as in like they really did justice to the fact that this movie is one of these more action driven movies, and I really feel like they did that justice. I'm repeating myself, but yeah, and uh, I, as I was saying, these actors actually did their own stunts, which is kind of nice. I feel like that makes sense because it's more vintage, as all of these movies are based on quite old and Renaissance-like movies for Disney. I actually think it's called the Disney Golden Age, where all these movies were taken. But anyway, going back to the plot. So the plot of the movie wasn't the main plot of the movie was exactly the same, but there were these small details that I kind of added, just changing it enough to make it seem like a different movie, and I really like that. I enjoyed the movie exactly for this reason, because of course Disney are going to have good voice acting and good but not appealing backgrounds and all of this stuff, but the only thing I really thought I'd criticise was the originality of the movie, because it's a remake. It can't be that original, but it was actually quite original. And the new characters, as I was saying, Musha was taken out, but kind of replaced by this Phoenix, not character entirely, being that kind of guided Mulan. I feel like it was the Phoenix was less ironic than Mushu, which I feel like is a bit more respectful to Chinese tradition almost, because Mushu almost felt like the Disney were just mocking the culture, and they also did this whole thing about chi and stuff, which I thought was kind of cool, but I've seen Kung Fu Panda, so I felt like, oh yeah, I actually know about this stuff. Um, not, I probably don't really know anything about it. But yeah, and then there were these. Then there was the witch. Sorry, and the witch. I feel like she was a good character, a great character, kind of being that voice in Mulan's head telling her that she should quit, and her being redeemed kind of made a lot of sense, because you have to redeem the evil character that is quite represents the good character. But I feel like her dying was kind of unnecessary, because just Disney saying, well, yeah, the witch would just give a bit of a unfair advantage for Mulan, and against that weird male antagonist, which was kind of based off of the original one. But yeah, further, the movie was great, and I really enjoyed it. I had low expectations, and it ended up being really good, which is always great for a movie to do. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the movie. Please comment down below what you thought about it and about my drawing. I worked a bit harder on this one, took a bit more time, because, well, it's more of an action kind of image, but not entirely, because I have been doing more comic related stuff, and I feel like I'm just learning a bit more. This was actually made before my comics, because I'm a bit behind. It's strange, all of my old videos. But yeah, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.